Hari Om. A small analysis on the concept of the prayer of Kunthidevi to Lord Sri Krishna to give her all sufferings so that she would all the time think of him. So, this is what she prayed to the Lord. So, why did she pray like that? So, for this, Kabir Das, he said one sloka, one doha. दुख में सुमिरन सब करे सुख में करे न कोई जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे होय. Very beautiful one. So दुख में सुमिरन सब करे सुख में करे न कोई. So when the people are suffering, they always think of God. They remember God. So they feel that if they pray to God, God will lessen their sufferings and take out the burden. Sukh mein karai na koi. So in times of happiness or joy, when they are rejoicing, they never think of God. So they don't feel like thinking of God. They think that the happiness what they are experiencing, that is what they are enjoying, it is their deserving, that they are able to enjoy that. So at that time they don't feel that God is the cause for the happiness. But when the suffering comes, when they are in a miserable situation, then they think of God. They pray for Him. So here what he is telling is, Jo sukh mein sumiran kare. Sumiran means to think of God, to pray Him. So whoever thinks of God, even in times of happiness, in times of rejoicing, then he doesn't find that the miserable times are hard for him. Kahe hoy. That means they won't have the miserable times, they won't have the suffering at all. So leaving this apart, what Kabir Das said. In a common man's life, just as we see, we feel, we think, when we achieve anything, we think that it is our credit, and due to our hard work, we have achieved. So we don't think that behind our achievement, God is there, His grace is there, His blessing is there for us, and that's why we have achieved. So when we suffer, we think that God is making us suffer like this, and that's why we again pray to Him to lessen our sufferings. That's why she prayed to Lord Sri Krishna to always give her suffering so that she will all the time think of Him. She will all the time pray to Him. So here again we'll come to another point. Let's analyze it. If a person tunes his mind to think of God all the time, to think of Him, to pray to Him, to offer all the time. First, offering. Not only thinking. Thinking is different from offering. So we may think, but we don't offer. So we offer all the miserables to Him at His holy feet, and we rejoice the happy incidents. So we don't offer the Happy incidents, miserable things we offer at His feet. We take His refuge. So, if we happen to offer the happy incidents or happy times also at His feet, then both will be balanced. So, we offer the happy incidents, the happy times, and the miserable times also. So, we simply say Anyada Sharanam Nasti Tumaya Sharanam Mama Tasmat Karinya Bhavena Raksho Raksho Janardhana. Simple. So, even Gajendra, in Gajendra Moksham also, what did Gajendra do? Because he was caught by the alligator crocodile, he prayed to the Lord to come to his rescue. And Lord also is so soft, so sweet, that he at once he gets ready to answer the prayers of his devotees. And since Gajendra, he was the devotee of the Lord, he at once came and rescued him. So, but when we again understand, why should we pray to God only when we are in trouble? Maybe we find solace. We find that we be consoled by praying to God. And then we say, so I don't know why I'm suffering. It is all, you have to remove my suffering. So you do it. But even the good times, when we can just think that just as the bad times, we think that God has given us to test us or to punish us or to whatever it is, the reason is. The good times also He gives us like that. It's a very simple understanding. So as He gives us bad times, so good and bad, Chakravat Parivartante Dukhanicha Sukhanicha. Like the spokes of the wheel. And the spokes of the wheel are painted in red and blue. Red and blue and red and blue, they always, one after another, they go on moving. So red is suffering and blue is happiness. Let us take like that. So happiness and suffering, always it will go on turning like a wheel, like the spokes of the wheel. So that's why he said, as a spoke, Chakravat Parivartante. Parivartante means to go on turning about. Dukhanicha, Sukhanicha. First troubles, then happiness, again troubles, again happiness. So, if we can offer both the good times as well as the bad times to the Lord at His lotus feet, saying that He is the cause of both, whether the good times or the bad times, He is the cause. So, He is the cause, He is the effect. So, cause and effect. When we can think like that, when we offer both to Him, then our suffering will be less, and our happiness also we can feel it same. Suffering also we need not take that much to mind. Happiness also we need not take that much to mind. Provided we have, that is the, if we can offer both, that is Sthita Prajna. That itself is Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna means it is not something sit in a room without being attached or without being concerned with anything. Sthita Prajna means even amid storm, if you can sit in a balanced way. In the fathoms, if we can sit in a balanced way, if we can think of God, so then that is Sthita Prajna. So that's what Lord said. So if we are balanced in both the difficult times as well as the happy times. It itself is shows that we have that means our mind is balanced, and we are not that emotional for both. So here, so we need not pray God to give us suffering all the time, just as Kunthidevi said. If we are able to think of God all the time, in all situations, then why should we pray to God to give suffering? Why should we suffer all the time? Suffering is suffering is not the nature of the mind, nature of the self. The nature of the self is always to be happy. So why should we ask God to give us suffering all the time? Suffering means suffering must elaborate the vision of the sufferer. So by suffering, one will know that suffering causes so much of pain. So we must not let others suffer because of us. If we can think like that. So if we are subject to a suffering and we experience the pain, then we feel we must never hurt anyone, we must never make anyone suffer, or we pray to God that let not anyone suffer by us. Let not we suffer anyone. So that's the way I think we have to pray, instead of simply saying that give us troubles all the time so that we can pray to God all the time. Instead of that, if we can pray like this, please give me the boon, please shower your grace, so that because of me no one will suffer and I will not make anyone suffer. So this is more important. So if we pray like that, I think it will be more effective. He may shower his grace or not, it depends upon our deservance. But at least we feel happy, we feel peace at mind that we are not the cause for the suffering of anybody. We don't hurt anybody. What words we say to others, or what words we get from others, if we are hurt by that, if we are subjected to a mental agony, then we don't say those words to others with a feeling that the others must not suffer because of these words. So that is seeing the real Chaitanya in everybody. That is a real way of how man can see the God that exists in other person also. So this is another aspect, if we can think like that. It is a broad vision. It's a broad vision for anybody to think like that. And if everybody thinks like that, I think the world will turn into a paradise. So at least if we can think, if the thought will be provoked in that way, I think we can put a few steps that way, to just think in our mind that we must not make anybody suffer because of us. Then on seeing us or on hearing us, everyone will feel happy. So that itself gives happiness to us. If you are happy, I am happy. If everyone are happy, I am happy. So if we have that concept, how happy we'll be. Really, that's the way how we can experience the real joy. Not that when somebody is suffering, we can experience. When everyone are happy, we are also happy. So we have to pray like that. God, let us see, let you shower the grace on every one of us, that every one of us be happy by your divine grace. So it's a very beautiful concept of prayer. Because after all, ours is a Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. So everyone, we all are of one family. Sudha, on the earth, everyone are one family only, all of us. So why should we make others suffer? So if we can do that, it will be more benefited, not only for us, our mind also.